Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to the Kriegsfront Tactics Prologue, which, by popular demand, we're going to go ahead and close out. Y'all seem to enjoy the first part, so figured we might as well see how this particular torrid tale ends. Though, I mean, I've got to say, anyone who's already seen Platoon, which, granted, is a bit of an older movie at this point, probably has a pretty good idea of how this is apt to end. That said, I am going to skip all of the optional patrol battles. There's like 6. We'll just focus on the story stuff. But again, I do encourage anyone who wants to see every nook and cranny of the demo to go check it out for themselves. Currently available on Steam. But for now, we push on. Military outpost. It wasn't that long ago since Yamato vacated this military outpost, leaving behind well-maintained equipment that still gleams with near pristine condition. We've deemed this space suitable for our temporary hangar. Lovely. And as we can see down below, this gives us access to our first garage facility.
Sarge, the place has been looted.
Sorry, continue.
Seems like the rebels have been arming themselves with Yamato hand-me-downs.
We can use the heavies. Go tweak your Krieg. We'll move out in 10.
So yes, this is where we can do the bulk of our Krieg modification. Though in the current demo, that is largely just limited to swapping parts out and visual customization. Though I will note, for the purposes of the prologue, we actually start with pretty solid parts. So generally speaking, what we've got is already superior to anything we're finding. Though, you know, while we're here, I will go ahead and swap in that SMG. As I think I mentioned last time around, I'm not really keen on keeping that hammer as Charlie's primary. We will keep it equipped, though. We'll just slap it in his offhand. Long term, that might be less viable, because there is a placeholder stat for overall mech weight as well as energy output, determined by legs and torso respectively. But those don't appear to be functional in the current build. So for now, we can just slap whatever we want on this thing, as long as there are open slots. Though long-term, there will be a bit more tactical depth. And then, of course, there's our fairly robust cosmetic system. Nothing we're going to mess with here, but it is fully functional. In fact, I believe the first demo they released for this game was essentially just a glorified photo mode, where you could customize and pose the various mechs. Let's go ahead and grab that reload before we go. I believe that's just for the shoulder mounts. I'd have to double check that. But I think the way it works in this game is you have infinite ammo for your standard guns. But the heavier shoulder mount ordnance does require caches to reload. Fresh battlefield. The coordinates then marked in our map was fast approaching with our movement, but all of our senses betrayed us of an expected rendezvous. Instead of radio chatter, we heard silence. Instead of fresh jungle soil, we smelled blood and smoke. Before we knew it, the dreadful scenery unveiled itself before us.
What is this?
That's the Avalon. Look, the insignia on the chest plates.
Berenger? Come in, Berenger! Confirm your status, I repeat. Thomas? Come in, Tom! Damn it. No!
Come on, rookie. Are you gonna fucking hoe?
Leave him alone, Days.
Ugh, soft-hearted fuck.
Sir, is Sergeant Berenger...
He's just out of range. His Krieger isn't here. Ben, scan the perimeter.
A few villages up ahead, Sarge. They could be in one of them.
Mark them on our map. We're heading out.
Oh, good. Berenger's headed for local villages. I'm sure that'll end well. Okay, let's navigate our way over. As aforementioned, there will be optional patrols we could engage with, but we'll try to avoid. Though we will hit the optional sites. Safe house. The mission manual indicated the location of a UOC safe house deep in the Nuzanesian wilderness. Recognizing that the supplies left behind could aid our mission, we decided to access the cache. The hut appeared unassuming, reminiscent of the peasant houses we frequently encountered in the villages. Inside, excessive tropical moisture left the atmosphere slightly damp. Upon arrival, we found a bulletproof safe under a creaky bed, already slightly ajar. Whatever it used to contain, someone had already claimed it for themselves. Sergeant Stervling had been studying a stack of papers retrieved from the drawers. Wordlessly, he returned them to the folder as we prepared to leave. Mostly a bust, but we do still have an ammo restock there, should we need it later down the line. And there's our first patrol, easy enough to slip by. Abandoned village. A village nearby neighbored the spot where Ben had pinpointed Sergeant Berenger's possible location. Even from a few clicks away, the pillar of smoke rising from the area can be seen above the jungle canopy. Before long, it became clear that the village had been abandoned not too long ago. The thatched roofs were still smoldering with fading embers when we passed by them. We made our way into the heart of the village.
Another one of these ghost towns.
Every single one of them, just empty shadows. Why are we even here, Sarge? I'm struggling to find any meaning in it.
To restore peace and democracy. At least, that's the official bullshit.
Oh-ho! This place isn't that abandoned after all.
Enough chit-chat. Hostiles up ahead.
Hostiles in sight. We have one pinged near this burning village here, just past the rise. And we seem to be right up against the right edge of the map, so... Remaining hostiles, all 9 of them, are off to the left here. Which means we've got 2 approaches. We could circle wide, go all the way around the edge, which doesn't feel terribly practical. Or we can push up this rise here. Bit of a sprint, but we could take cover up top. We'll move up, set Overwatch. Enemy in sight, unaware of our presence. We'll stay focused on setting up. Control line of sight with the tree line. The rise also technically protects us from a lot of potential incoming fire. It's just harder to gauge. The tree lines are much more obvious. Okay, hold. Nice. Solid start. Ooh, I like that drill arm. Gives me real Star Years vibes. Come on now. Hey, there we go. And 2 more in sight. With cones set, but curiously, not actually on us. They seem to be anticipating that we'll move further along the rise. To be fair, this is just a pre-alpha demo, I should stress that. The enemies are apt to make some oddball decisions. Let's soften them up. And whittle them down. Scouts almost out. Nice. Oh yes, and although you can see the skill pop-ups, it has been confirmed. It's just a placeholder for now. Final game will have a learn by doing weapon mastery progression system. Target 3, out. But 7 more hostiles in the area, so let's get ourselves set. I suppose to be fair to the enemies, again, the rises really do block a lot more line of sight than is really visually evident from this isometric angle. Their cones were likely set with that in mind. Number 4 in sight. And 5, heavy machine gunner in the village. Number 4 out. Number 5 holding. No cone, must have burned too much AP establishing line of sight. Though he does have a reaction shot banked, so let's plan accordingly. That'll do it. Number 5, out. Hopefully that'll net us an actual salvageable MG. I wouldn't mind trying that thing out. Drill too, if that thing actually survived. Though, sadly, I don't think it did. And we've got movement. Enemies incoming, front left. Bring the rain. Target pinged. Just the one thus far, but we've still got 4 more active. Days had to reload. We'll set her on Overwatch, but let's clear this guy first. Currently in his arc, so whoever fires needs to finish the job, or fire from outside of it. Still pretty dodgy. Alright, we'll go indirect. Legs out. Should make for a much easier target. Actually, kind of surprised we didn't have more burst out of the tree line when we activated this guy. Let's play this defensively. And hold. Out. Enemy sniper. Somewhere out here. Go for visual. Over here. Huh. Where are you? I mean, clearly you have to be close enough that you can actually see us, so why can we not see you? Clear cover? I'd really rather not leave an active sniper in the wild. Wow, no, okay. I am at a loss. I don't know where this person is, so I guess we'll just stay on the defensive. Okay, well now they don't have visual on us, or they would have popped a shot. Oh, you know what? They would have known where we were before because there was that other unit spotting for them. So they might be way back. They might have just blind fired after we took out their buddy, since they'd still have a rough idea of where we were. There we go. Okay, yeah, they were way back. Which would explain why they missed. Yeah, once again, shows the enemies play by the same rules you do, which I very much appreciate. Let's knock this guy out. Now that he actually sees us, he poses a much greater threat. Though again, we do still have 3 more active, so be wary. No real hints on where they might be. Center of mass. Ooh, okay. Not quite what I was going for, but hold. Nice. Sort of. Okay, nice, yes. Deflected off our armor. And no sign of our final squad, so let's clear this guy, then hunker. Stabilizing arm out. Go for kill. Sorry about your priceless ruins. Sniper out. Fall back. Set firing line, prep for incoming. There we go. Okay, gotcha. Enemies are active in this valley here. No visual. Clear cover. Medium gunner. Just the one. Where's our last two? Either further back or off left. Take him out. Tango down. And prep for incoming. I wonder if the final game will have non-Krieg hostiles. Like, clearly they have models for armored vehicles, like this tank here. But in the prologue, they're just scenery. Oh, shit. Okay, well... Turns out they were flanking. Gotcha. Or at least this one was. Target out. One left in the wild. Pushing up on right. Oh, that's our edge. Okay, gotcha. Wish I'd realized that sooner. So everyone else just set and cover. Target disarmed. And we're good. Nice. Bravo's getting a mite bit banged up, but otherwise not too shabby. Ooh. And we did indeed salvage a heavy MG. Nice. Let's see if we can find ourselves a garage. We'll toss that to, let's say, Charlie. Nothing else here. Okay, on we go. Ooh, here we go. Garage, please. Campsite. The campsite was hidden in a clearing, surrounded by towering trees and a cacophony of wildlife. Light a fire. I mean, that feels like a bad idea, but I am curious. Yeah, resting just kicks us back out. Before I knew it, the raging inferno licked the sky in front of us. Sergeant Stervling wasted no time barking orders to douse that flame. He wore a look that could curdle milk. The careless blaze could have given our position away to the enemy, making us prime targets for a one-way trip to the afterlife. But then, out of the shadows, a local with wounds and weariness etched across his face cautiously approached our camp. The fire, it turned out, had acted as a beacon to guide him through the dense woods. We treated him with caution, not knowing if he was friend or foe. Before he left, he marked a spot on our map where he said we might get lucky. I wonder what that was, or if that was a trap. Well, I guess we'll go find out. As we approached the site of a downed aircraft, we could see the rising sun emblem on its tail. After scouting the entire perimeter, we stumbled upon a handful of items amidst the wreckage that could be of use. Okay. Torso and legs. We'll still need a garage to actually check them out, but... Oh, here we go. Plus more patrols. This camp must be of Yamato origin. The condition indicated it was shortly abandoned, and in quite an orderly manner, too. The tents were still standing, albeit barely, but the equipments have mostly been packed away, leaving us with, unfortunately, nothing to loot. Well, first things first, let's top off. Nice. And let's hit the garage while we're here. So, HMG. Yeah, I guess we'll toss that to Charlie. And then we'll check out those parts while we're here. Okay, yeah, so I mean, ever so slightly better in some ways, but worse in others, fair enough. Nothing I think we'll actually bother swapping out, but nice to see the nuanced differences. Okay, so HMG does require both arms. Noted. How are we looking on those legs? Slightly higher HP count, slightly higher jump height, but reduced overall weight limit. Which in the current build doesn't really make a difference, since it is still technically a work in progress, but yeah, we won't worry about it for now. We'll just stick with our default. We'll worry about that stuff if and when we revisit the game closer to launch. You know, when it's ideally all actually working. Village. This village likely housed no more than a few dozen families, so small and secluded that it barely registered on our map. Seeing its inhabitants was a relief compared to the burning, empty houses we had encountered. The villagers allowed us to rest under a small pavilion, which served as their gathering hall. A shy little girl offered us glasses of fresh water. Once the feverish heat had subsided from the back of our necks, we climbed back into our Kriegers and resumed the march. Okay, so nothing else here. On to our last. I'm sure everything's fine and nothing terrible will happen. The village Ben marked on our map reeked of smoke, even from the distance. Sergeant Behringer could be here.
Look at the scars on this one.
You part of the rebel?
Rebel, meneer?
The Nehrupoan separatist, maggot! Are you militia?
No, meneer. No, rebel. I fired.
Bullshit! Where did you get these scars?
War planes. Village bombed. Nah, it's fucking lying.
You're telling me you hide guns in these sacks for what? Seasoning the rice? You told Neighbor we were coming, didn't you? That's how we got jumped.
No militia, no rebel. Guns for hunting, me.
I know a fucking rebel when I see one. Round up the women and the children. Kill the men. Torch the place.
Roger, Sarge.
Well,
Ceasefire, Berenger. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Oh, for the love of God. Who died and made you commander, L?
I'll have you court-martialed.
Oh, will you? And how would you explain why you're staying behind, Sterling? You put me as bait!
I have no idea what you're talking about. You were ambushed?
You're either an incompetent imbecile or you're a fucking rat. I tend to believe the latter. You and your whole squad are all fucking traitors.
You're out of your goddamn mind. Put the fucking gun down!
Traitors are punishable by death. The rest of you are halfway decent soldiers. When you land in hell, blame the fucking deadweight.
This fucking deadweight didn't just pull a war crime, Chief.
Suit yourself. Sarge!
yeah, I guess that probably ended about as well as we could have hoped for. Considering the source material. I mean, at least we get a stand-up fight. Rest in peace, Elias. You will be avenged. Also, the villagers, I guess. Yeah, that was rough. But again, pretty true to the source material. At least the broad strokes. Oof, look at these guys. Heavy weapons, heavier armor. We'll have to focus them down one at a time. Alright, they're both pretty short-range gunners, so let's take advantage of that. We'll soften them up, then fall back, use the tree line as cover. Okay. Decent hit on right arm. Shoot, really wishing I'd gone back to grab that ammo reload before we headed into this. Running a bit thin on ordnance. Fall back. Tuck in. Guns at ready. Hold. Ow. Okay, okay, that wasn't too bad. Oh. Yeah, that was slightly worse. Okay. All right, let's take down Bereng. Sniper in back. Launcher. We need to spread out. Make it rain. Softened, but still fully capable. Charlie's in rough shape, all limbs at half. Indirect. Nice. Gun arm out. Still rocking a launcher, but let's see what we can do here. We have spotters, so we can tuck Delta all the way back. Yeah, that works. Fall back. Fingers crossed. Oh gosh, come on now. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. Bravo. Gun out. Alpha's legs. Not doing great here, but we're not out just yet. Drop the spotter. Oh, so close. One more tap will do it. Hold tight, Bravo. You are paper thin. That buys us some breathing room. Bravo, get clear. Alpha, just Duck and cover. Enemy launcher in sight, tucked off right.
Shit.
All right, Behringer. You're done, son. Sniper is somewhere back left in that brush. We'll drop Behringer, then pull Charlie back over the rise. Launcher pinged back right. Hang tight. Take him out. It's all you, Charlie. No LOS on launcher, but we know he's back there. We dinged him with the cluster. And just to hedge our bets, Elias avenged. Launcher on the move. Minor dings on Alpha, but still in good shape. Whew, thank goodness. Yeah, we've still got that sniper on long watch back left. Soften. This should clear left arm. Left arm out. Bravo, I hate to say it, but we're going to need you to do some scouting. Not much good in a fight, but hopefully we can at least ping their sniper. And empty the drum. Target out. And with no spotters, their sniper should pose much less of a threat now. Where are you? Oh, crap. Well, okay. That's unfortunate. I was not expecting them to be full back left. Yep, Bravo's probably going to die. But they got the job done, so, you know. Bravo. Yeah, I really kind of figured they'd be tucked closer to center back. Not way, like, back left corner. See you, Space Cowboy. Yep, that's about right. I suppose on the bright side, we at least got a glimpse at the whole sanity/shell shock system. Hooray! I do think we've got this, though, now that we actually know where this guy is. We'll use that hill to cover our approach. Alpha will very slowly flank. Careful. Ooh, those smashed up legs are really slowing us down. Careful. Man, he is not making this easy, is he? Hey, bud. And thus it ends. Rest in peace, Bravo, Echelon. Definitely could have gone a bit smoother, but, you know, it's probably best it didn't. That really does highlight how dangerous these fights can get.
New Phoenician insurgents continue their attack of the remaining UOC soldiers stationed in the colony. Source reports a devastating massacre of civilians. Krieger mech squads have been deployed to contain the situation. The President had expressed concern about the brutality our brave UOC soldiers have endured in the primitive land of Nusanisha.
Kompani-kompani ini menutupi penindasan dengan kebohongan dan propaganda.
Our boys in the colony have suffered too much from this insolent display of lawlessness.
Berkedok perdamaian semu mereka menjajah dengan tangan besi.
This cannot stand. The UOC will be benevolent no longer.
Sudah saatnya kita rebut kembali tanah leluhur kita.
It is of utmost urgency that we move to protect the people of Nusanisha.
Kita tidak akan gentar melawan penjajah.
And defend what is rightfully ours.
Mereka atau mati!
And there you have it. A fuller, deadlier look at Kriegsfront Tactics, or at least the pre-alpha demo. Since, of course, as always, I should stress, this is a pre-launch, unfinished build, though still very good for what it is. Subject matter is definitely a bit heavier than I'd like, but, you know, I do appreciate that they are approaching it in a less glorified fashion. But as far as giant robot battlers go, I'd say it's pretty solid. I mean, obviously, I do hope the final game opens up a bit more, you know, that's going to have a full-fledged story campaign, which I hope will be less linear, allow for more choice and consequence. Though, obviously, as a prologue, this was just intended to introduce us to the setting. Aside from that, though, not much in the way of complaints. I mean, some grammar issues that could stand to be fixed. But the voice acting all seemed pretty solid. The combat's solid. I did feel challenged, which is a bit of an issue with some of the other games I've been playing as of late. But yeah, overall, I'd say this made a pretty solid impression, at least on me. But of course, that is just me. As always, I'm curious to hear what you fine folks might think. So feel free to share your general thoughts or opinions in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't already checked it out yourself, then I wholeheartedly encourage you to go do so. This was Kriegsfront Tactics from Toge Productions. Prologue currently available on Steam. Full launch, I want to say tentatively slated for 2025, but that's kind of a question mark right now. That said, this is RetconRaider signing off. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the buttons that do the things, and maybe let me know if this is a game you might like to see me revisit once it does in fact hit launch. Goodness knows, it certainly got my attention. And who knows? Perhaps I'll see you then.